Okay. How many of you know the definition of probability? I will not ask you to read out the definition, Nana, don't worry. I will not ask you to tell me the definition. How many of you know the definition of probability? Nobody? I know everybody knows the definition. Probability means chance, right? Chance for what? Chance for? Chance for? Happening or non-happening of. I don't know what is an event, that's why I'm writing like this. Chance of happening or non-happening of something. I don't know anything. So I don't know what is an event or I don't know what is an experiment, that's why I'm writing like this. Chance of happening or non-happening. Nana, if the chances for happening are 75%, what are the chances for non-happening? Means if you are able to tell me the chance for success, it is obvious that you can guess the chance for failure. So chance of happening or non-happening of something. Let us talk about the something. Nana? We are talking about only random experiment. Random experiment is such an experiment in which the results were known or unknown, Nana. If the results were unknown, then we'll call such experiment as random experiment. So there is a word called result. That result is said to be outcome. Result of which experiment, Nana? Random experiment. If you write down the set of all possible outcomes, set of all possible outcomes, that is so called sample space. Sample space is nothing but it is a set. Set of whom, Nana? All possible outcomes of whom? Of whom, Nana? Random experiment. So everybody define sample space. Sample space is a set of A. Come again. What is sample space? Set of all possible outcomes of A. Set of all possible outcomes of A is said to be a. What do you mean by outcome, Nana? Outcome means result of random experiment or non-random experiment. What do you mean by random experiment? Results were known or unknown? Results were known or unknown? What is meant by probability? Probability means chance of. So we'll discuss about that something later. Nana, tell me what is a probability? Probability means chance of happening or something. What is a random experiment? Results are known or unknown? What's an outcome? Result of whom? What is a sample space? Set of all possible outcomes of A. So next I'm talking about event. Event means what? Event is a subset of. Event is a subset of. Is phi is a subset of sample space? Phi is subset of every set, Nana. Phi is a subset of every set. So every subset of sample space is said to be an event. So phi is always an event. How do you call it as an impossible event or uncertain event? How do you call phi, Nana? Impossible or uncertain. Is S is a subset of S? Yes. Every set is a subset of its set. So S is a subset of S. This is so called sure or certain event. Who is an impossible event, everybody? Who is an impossible event? Null set. Who is a sure event? Who is a sure event? Sample space is a sure event. Sample space is said to be sure event. It's not itself. Itself means to whom it is itself. Sample space is a sure event. What is an event, everybody? What is an event? What is an event? What is an event? Who is an impossible event? Who is an impossible event? Who is a sure event? Who is a sure event? What is an impossible event? What is an event? Subset of? What is an impossible event? What is a sure event? When do you say that two events are mutually exclusive? A intersection B equal to 5. Then they are said to be mutually. When A union B equal to sample space, they are said to be exhaustive. Now please don't add the word mutually to here. It is just exhaustive. If P of A equal to P of B, then the events are said to be equally likely. So when do you say that two events are mutually exclusive, Nana? A intersection B equal to? When do you say that two events are exhaustive, Nana? When do you say that two events are equally likely, Nana? What is a sure event? What is an impossible event? Who are mutually exclusive events? When do you say that two events are exhaustive? When do you say that two events are equally likely? What is a sample space? Set of all possible outcomes of A. Okay, what is the regular definition of probability? P of E equals to N of E by. Then tell me what is P of phi. Guys, listen to me. P of phi. N of phi by N of A. Number of elements in empty set. 0 by anything. So what is the probability of impossible event? What is the probability of yes, P of S? N of S by N of S, which will become. So what is the probability of sure event? What is the probability of sure event? Who is the smallest event? Null set. Null set probability. What is the biggest event? Sample space probability. So what are the limits of probability? 0 to. What are the limits of probability, Nana? 0 to 1. 0 less than or equals to P of A less than or equals to 1. What is the probability of null set? What is the probability of null set? What is the probability of impossible event? Probability of impossible event. What is the probability of sure event? What is the definition of probability? Chance of happening or non-happening of an. Chance of happening or non-happening of an. Event means subset of. Sample space means set of all possible outcomes of A. What is the smallest event? Biggest event? Sample space. Smallest event is also called as impossible or unset. What is the probability of impossible event? What is the probability of sure event? Probability lies between P of E equal to formula N of E by. There are two broad divisions of probability, Nana. One is subjective probability and the other one is objective probability. What is the difference between subjective and objective probability? Objective probability is completely dependent upon results of a random experiment. It is dependent upon results of a random experiment. Subjective probability is completely dependent upon personal belief of a person. If you are the starting person who is using something, who is doing something, you can use your subjective probability. If there are so many persons who have conducted that experiment already, then you have to go through a probability called as objective probability. Nana, suppose if you wish to do a particular experiment means you're doing something which is not known to everybody, means you are the first person. If you are the first person who are doing that, you have to go through subjective probability. Usually in the fields of management, every time managers used to implement new techniques, means they are the starting persons who are doing that. So they have to go through a probability called as subjective probability. If somebody already did that experiment, means you are the first person or not the first person, then you have to go through a probability called as objective probability. Is purely dependent upon results of a random experiment, whereas subjective probability is completely dependent upon personal belief. There will be three definitions of probability, Nana. The first definition of probability is classical definition of probability. What is the first definition of probability, Nana? Or priori definition of probability, and based upon this, P of E equals to number of favorable cases which are mutually exclusive. No, Nana, for numerator it will not be there. Equally likely. Yes, it will be available in your textbook as equally likely, exclusive and exhaustive, but just write it as exclusive and equally likely. Total number of cases which are, now you can use all of them, exclusive, exhaustive, equally likely. So what is the formula for P of E, Nana? Number of favorable cases by total number of cases. All these favorable cases are exclusive and all the total cases are exclusive, exhaustive. What is the formula for classical definition of probability? P of E equal to, just read out the formula like this, number of favorable cases by all these favorable cases must be exclusive and all these total cases must be. Tell me the definition of classical probability. P of E equal to all these favorable cases must be and all the total cases must be. One more time, what is the formula for classical definition of probability? P of E equal to all these favorable cases must be, all the total cases must be. This classical definition is applicable only if the denominator is finite. Denominator means who is denominator? Total number of cases is finite. So this is the only drawback of classical definition, Nana. Of course, this is applicable only when they are equally likely and exhaustive and exclusive also. Now, coming into the next definition. The next definition is statistical definition. What is the next definition, Nana? Statistical definition. And the formula for statistical definition equals to P of A equals to limit n tends to infinite MA by N. MA means number of times event A occurred. N means total number of trials. Total number of trials. This definition is applicable even if N is finite or infinite. People used to say that this definition is applicable only if n is infinite. Not such like that, Nana. It is applicable even if n is finite or infinite. Everybody read out the definition of statistical probability, Nana. P of A equal to MA by N. First of all, read out the formula. What is the formula for P of A, guys? Limit n tends to infinite, MA by N. What is MA? Number of times event A occur. What is N? Trial means experiment. Total number of experiments. So this definition will be applicable even if n is infinite or n is finite. But what is the previous definition? The previous definition is applicable only for? Which definition is applicable for both finite and infinite, Nana? For it is applicable. Classical definition is applicable over only finite. Statistical definition is applicable even if your n is finite or infinite. What is the formula for classical definition of probability, everybody? So those number of favorable cases must be, and total number of cases must be. What is the statistical definition of probability? P of A equals to MA by, what is the meaning of MA? So what is N? So this definition will be applicable only, if it is whether n is finite or infinite. This definition is also called as limiting relative probability. How do you call this definition, Nana? Limiting relative probability. Nana, why I am using this word? Because there is a word limit. What is this? Relative probability means FA by n, favorable number of cases by total number of cases. So that's why it is becoming limiting relative probability. Next. The next probability and the last probability definition is axiomatic probability. According to axiomatic probability, probability is a function from where to where, Nana? S to R. What is S? Yes, definitely. What is S? R means real numbers. R means real numbers. It's not random variable, Nana. It is real number. P is a function defined from S to R. It is probability if it satisfies the following three axioms, Nana. My names of axioms are also important for exam. The first axiom is axiom of non-negativity. What is the first axiom, Nana? Axiom of non-negativity. Axiom of non-negativity means P of A is always greater than or equal to 0. What are the limits of probability, guys? 0 to 1. Can you please read it out? 0 less than or equal to. Read it from right to left. P of A greater than or equal to. That is called axiom of non-negativity. Next. Axiom of certainty. Certain means sure. What is the probability of sure event? That is what axiom of certainty. What is the probability of sample space, Nana? 1. Remember, guys, these names are also important for the exam. So next, third axiom, axiom of unions. Axiom of unions. Nana. Before that, I should say, if A1, A2 and so on, AN are mutually exclusive. What kind of events they are, Nana? Mutually exclusive. Then P of A1 union, A2 union and so on, AN equals to P of A1 plus P of A2 plus and so on P of AN. This is so called axiom of unions. How many axioms are here, everybody? 3 axioms. Before that, probability is a function from where to where? Sample space to. Sample space to. It will be an axiomatic probability if it satisfies how many axioms? Name those 3 axioms, everybody. What is the first? Axiom of non-negativity. Axiom of, third one, axiom of. What is axiom of non-negativity? What is axiom of certainty? What is axiom of unions? Nana, you should say along with this. If A1, A2 and so on, A and are mutually exclusive, then P of A1 union, A2 union and so on, AN equals to P of A1 plus P of A2 and so on, P of. Probability of unions equal to sum of probabilities. Shall I use that notation, Nana? Probability of unions equal to. When will this happen if a set of events are mutually? So how many axioms are here, guys? Probability is a function from where to where? Sample space 2. It will be an axiomatic probability if it satisfies how many conditions? May I know what are those three axioms? What is axiom of unions? If A1, A2 and so on, AN are mutually exclusive, then probability of unions equal to. What is axiom of certainty? What is axiom of non-negativity? P of A greater than or equal to. How many axioms are here? How many types of probability is here? Subjective. How many definitions of probability are there? What are they? Classical, statistical, axiom. Axiom is also called as modern definition. Okay. So axiom definition is also called as modern definition. Classical definition is applicable only if n is finite or infinite. Statistical is applicable for. According to axiomatic definition, you need to prove how many axioms. Name those three axioms. Can you please tell me what is axiom of unions? A and R mutually, then probability of unions equals to. Nana, R means addition or subtraction. And means. R means union or intersection. And means. You said that R means addition or multiplication. You said that and means. That's why the theorem looking like P of A union B is called as addition theorem. How do you call it as? The theorem P of A intersection B is called as. Very good. Yes, Nana. Which theorem? So what is the formula for P of A union B, everybody? P of A plus P of B minus P of. R is an alternative name for plus. R means union. That's why we are calling union as which theorem, Nana? Intersection is called as. Guys, just listen to me. P of A intersection B means A and B or B and A. Just follow the same order, guys. A. First, which event is named? That's why I'm writing A. And N means addition or multiplication. That's why I'm writing into. Okay? Guys, just listen to me. B after A. How am I calling it as? Will it sense correct? B after. Which event has completed, guys? The after that, who is happening? B after. B is happening after the happening of. It means B is dependent upon. B is dependent upon. This after symbol is called as conditional probability. Which probability? Now guys, tell me the formula for P of B intersection. I will be waiting for your answer. P of B into A after. Which I, sorry Nana. P of Okay, A after B. Which event is completed first? B. After that, which event is happening? Means who is dependent upon whom? For us, generally, A is dependent upon B is different. B is dependent upon A is different, because if Mr. A is copying his exam from B, A is copying his exam from B, who is dependent? Who is independent? But for statistics probability, A is dependent upon B equal to B is dependent upon A. So merge both of them and call A and B as dependent. How do you call it as, Nana? A and B are dependent. For us, generally, logically, A is dependent upon B is different, B is dependent upon A is different. Nana, the symbol union is called as which theorem? Intersection. And there is a symbol called after, that is called as, maybe you can call it as given. Okay, guys, tell me the formula for P of B after A. I will be waiting for you. P of A intersection B by, one more time, last time, P of B after A equal to P of A after B equal to P of B intersection A by, who is in denominator? That's why B came to denominator. Who is in denominator? That's why A is coming to denominator. Now are you able to separately tell me the formulas for P of A intersection B? Tell me P of A intersection B equals to P of B after, or else you can even write P of B into, because Nana, for maths, A intersection B and B intersection A, both of them are. So he will not discriminate both of them, he will write down both the formulas. Okay, now I am waiting for you all. I need this formula, guys. This will complete your theory part. Just a moment. P of into plus. Is it union or intersection, right? Which event is completed? Now who has to start? B after. Very good. Next, P of C after A and B, A intersection B. Now I will be waiting for you for another answer. I need this answer. Make it fast, guys. C after A into. Like that, whatever the order is given to you, follow the same order and write down the formula. This theorem is called as addition theorem or multiplication theorem, because the symbol is intersection means addition or multiplication. Then I forgot what is addition theorem. What is addition theorem? Tell me the formula for P of A union B. Tell me the formula for P of A union B union C. Plus, tell me the formula for P of A after B, guys. A intersection B by P of. Next formula, P of If denominator is 0, function exists or does not exist? So who should not be 0? P of not equal to. Who should not be 0? If property equal to 0, you will call that event a sure event or impossible event. Now it is an impossible event or not an impossible event? Who is not an impossible event? B is not an event. Event means B, probability means P of B. Who should not be an impossible event? Who should not be an impossible event? So who should not be an impossible event here? B. Who should not be an impossible event here? A. So P of A after B means which event happened first? A or B? A or B? B is happened. A after B. Which event is already completed? B. Nana, denominator is completed first. Which event is completed first? Now you are talking about numerator. Tell me which event has happened first? E or F? E or F? Union is called as addition theorem or multiplication theorem? Intersection. After. Are you able to discriminate all the three theorems, Nana? Now, if A and B are independent, P of A intersection B equal to P of A into. Now, P of A intersection B intersection C, whenever A, B, C are independent, P of A into P of C. Nana? Conditional theorem is different. Compound. Compound means one or more than one. More than one means A and B, right? That A intersection B. Multiplication theorem is also called as compound theorem. Which theorem, Nana? Compound theorem. Then are you able to discriminate addition, multiplication, conditional? Addition theorem deals with? Not so audible. Multiplication theorem. So, conditional theorem. Could you please tell me the formula for P of A after B, guys? That will be defined only P of B equal to 0 or not equal to 0. Not equal to 0 means not n. Not n. Who is an impossible event? Who is an impossible event? Null set. Null set probability. What is a sure event? Sample space. Sample space probability. What are the limits of probability? 0 to between or including? Between. It's not between. It is include. So you have to say including the limits. Okay. So if P of A equals to m by n, then P of A complement equals to 1 minus m by n. So P of A is the probability of success and P of A complement is the probability of failure. Now let me give you three important points that are applicable for your MCQs, Nana. If a set of events are mutually exclusive, what I am trying to say, set of events are only mutually exclusive. Probability of unions equal to sum of probabilities. Do you remember this? This is so called axiom of unions, or else let me write it like this. For your understanding, if A, B, C are mutually exclusive, then P of A union B union C equal to P of A plus P of B plus P of C. That's it. Now, if A, B, C are, now I am adding one more word, mutually exclusive and exhaustive, then sum of probabilities equal to 1 means P of A plus P of B plus P of C equal to 1. These are my 2 points. Next point is, if A, B, C are mutually exclusive, exhaustive and equally likely. Guys, I am talking about how many events? So each and every event probability will be equal to 1 by 3. Suppose if I am talking about 4 events, guys, 1 by 4. If I am talking about n events, 1 by n. So the first word is just mutually exclusive. Next, mutually exclusive and exhaustive. Next, mutually exclusive, exhaustive and equally likely. These things are useful for you in your MCQs partner. Next, you know about this concept very well, right? Odds in favor. Probability of success is to probability of failure, or probability of failure is to success? Success is to failure. What do you mean by odds against, Nana? Failure means A or A complement. Success means P of A. How many definitions of probability that we have learned today? Name it. Classical. Who is the modern definition? How many axioms that you need to prove? Name those 3 axioms. Axiom of axiom of. So how many definitions of probability that you know? Classical? How many types of probability are there? What are they? Subjective? If you are the first person who are using anything, if there is some information or some data is available, objective. Now we will not discuss about subjective probability in this topic, we will just discuss about objective. What's an event? Guys, please concentrate. What's an event? Subset of? Subset of? So, what is a sure event? Sample space. Who is an impossible event? What is an event? What is the probability? Chance of happening or non-happening of an. What is an event? What is a sample space? When do you say that A and B are mutually exclusive? A intersection B equal to? When do you say that A and B are exhaustive? When do you say that A and B are equally likely? If a set of events are mutually exclusive, exhaustive, equally likely, what will happen? 1 by 3. If ABC are mutually exclusive, P of A plus P of B plus, if ABC are mutually exclusive, exhaustive, equally likely. If ABC are mutually exclusive and exhaustive, simply sum of probability is equal to 1. When will this happen? Mutually exclusive and... Okay, Nana, I just wanted to show you some shortcuts that are related to the probability which you will make it as complicated, Nana. The first question that I am showing here is 12th question. Guys, please read out 12th question. Is it at least 1 or at least 3? If it is at least 1, we have a shortcut 1 minus 0. But it is not at least 1, it is at least. Nana, before that, if you are talking about coins, all of you please concentrate, Nana. I am picking very least number of questions from probability. Each and every question is important. Nana, if you are talking about coins, how many coins that you people tossed? How many coins? Your denominator is 2 power 8. What is your denominator? If you are talking about 10 coins, 2 power. If you are talking about 20 coins, how many coins that you are talking about? How many coins that you are talking about? Let it be n. What is the n? 8. What is n, Nana? R equals to number of heads or tails, but not both. Number of heads or tails, but not. Now listen to me. Nana, I am tossing 8 coins. I am tossing how many coins? I got 3 heads. Means how many tails I'll get? 5. If 3 heads are there, means rest of them are 5. Take any one, either 3 or 5. Please don't take both. If at all he wants to confuse you, he will give you both heads and tails. Take either heads or tails. Don't take both. Is it clear for you all, Nana? Take either heads or tails. You need how many heads? No. At least. Tell me the meaning of at least 3. 3 or more or 3 or less? 3 or? 3 or more means, is it symbolically this one? Symbolically this one? Can you please tell me the numbers that are greater than or equal to 3? 3? How many cases have you counted? 6, right? Can you please tell me the opposite word of greater than or equal to 3? Less than or less than or equal to? Just less than. You will not get equals to if you are having equals to here. Since you are writing opposite word, I am writing 1 minus less than 3 heads. Guys, tell me the numbers that are less than 3. 0 or 1 or 2. You need how many heads? 0 head or 1 head or 2 heads. Just a moment, guys. So how many cases that you need now? 0 or 1 or 2. How many cases that you people are having, guys? If you went through direct solution, you need how many cases? 6. Solving 6 is better or 3 is better? That's why I'm picking opposite word. Nana, I told you that n is the total number of coins. How many coins? R is the number of heads. May I know what is R? Use NCR, guys. What is NCR? 8C. 0. Done with the solution. R means addition or multiplication. 8C. 8C. Next. 8C2, and I already told you that denominator is 2 power 8. So this is what the question, Nana. Ma, don't worry, you will definitely get the correct answer. Now I'm writing this question. I'm tossing how many coins, guys? Ma, I don't have that much of time. Please concentrate here. How many coins are there? What is n? What is n? 10 only. What is n? What is denominator? Got the difference between n and denominator? N is different and denominator is different. How many coins that I am tossing? N coins. What is the probability of getting 6 heads? NCR. That's what I told you, right? 10C. Done with the solution. 10C 6 by 2 power 10. Shall we try another question? I'm tossing 20 coins. How many coins that I'm tossing? I need the probability of getting 10 heads and 10 tails. Please concentrate. Tell me the denominator first. 2 power? Nana, I told you to count either heads or, but not. You wish to count heads or tails. So what is n value, Nana? N value is 20. How many heads that you want, everybody? R equal to 10. Then tell me the answer. 20C 10 by 2 power 20. That's how you can simplify your questions related to coins. This is a shortcut related to coins, Nana. So, if you are talking about 25 coins, what is your denominator, guys? What is n? I need 10 heads. What's your answer? 25C. I need 20 tails. 25C 20 by 2 power. Take either heads or tail, but don't take both. So that is the shortcut related to coins, Nana. Now let me move on to dice related questions. Read out 19th question. How many dice are rolled? How many dice? If 3 coins are tossed, what is denominator? 2 power 3, because for a coin, heads or tails, only 2 things are available, right? Like that for a dice, how many things will be? How many dice are rolled? 6 cubed. That's what denominator. Now read out the next line. Probability of getting. Madam, we know the solution of this question. We don't know why do you pick this question. Actually, I don't want to tell this question, Nana. My question is different number on 3 dice. So let me tell you a simple technique. Nana, you are rolling how many dice? Now my doubt is how many results you will get. How many dice you are rolling? For every die you will get only, you will not get 6 results. You will be able to see only. So how many results that you are going to get? Draw 3 spaces. What is my question? Getting different number on. Let us discuss about first die. For first die, how many possibilities are there? You will get all the 6 or any one? Any. You are saying that only one result will come, right? 6C. I don't know the meaning of 6 even, guys. Any? Out of? Let it be. మీ ఇష్టం. మీకు ఏది నచ్చితే అది చెప్పండి. 1. నేను 1 అనుకుంటున్నాను. ఎవరు వచ్చారు? 1. Getting same number or different number? Is 1 is allowed to the second dice? Mari, second dice has how many possibility? 5. What are you going to write? Now tell me the next one. This is different number. Now are you ready with the same number? I need this kind of explanation. Okay. Denominator is how much? Yes, I'm writing 6C. You are saying that same number or different number? Same number or different number? Which number appeared on the first die? 1. That is what we remember, right? So now which number should come on the second die? Only 1. Which number should come on the third die? So 6 by 6 cube. You people will write 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3 like that. You will get how many cases? 6 cases. Myself also got 6 cases. But the way of writing the answer is different. I recommend these kind of answers because if he asks you to write down about different numbers also, you will write it like this. So maybe some of my students are very well in writing opposite word. Now what is the opposite word of getting same number? Getting same number. No, 100%. Same number on 3 dice is your event. Same number on 2 dice and 1 number is different. That's an opposite word. So don't say that opposite word of same number is different. 2 numbers might be same, 1 number might be different. Don't use that 1 minus, madam naaku idochu. Same number is 6 by 6 cube. So different number means 1 minus 6 by 6 cube. It will definitely give you minus 1.25. అందుకే ఈ క్వశ్చన్ చెప్పాను. సో ప్లీజ్ టేక్ కేర్ ఆఫ్ దీస్ ఆపోజిట్ వర్డ్స్. ఆపోజిట్ వర్డ్ రాసేటప్పుడు కొంచెం బ్రెయిన్ అక్కడే పెట్టండి. సేమ్ నంబర్ ఆన్ 3 డైస్, ముగ్గురు మీద ఒకటే నంబర్ రావాలి. ఆపోజిట్ వర్డ్ అంటే ఇద్దరి మీద రావచ్చు, అందరికీ డిఫరెంట్ కూడా రావచ్చు. దెర్ ఆర్ 2 టర్మ్స్ ఇన్ ద ఆపోజిట్ వర్డ్. సో ప్లీజ్ టేక్ కేర్ ఆఫ్ దీస్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ క్వశ్చన్స్. నెక్స్ట్ వన్, ఇట్స్ అబౌట్ కార్డ్స్. నేను జస్ట్ అ మొమెంట్. No, I took Bal's question. Yeah, look at this question. A bag contains, read out the question, Nana. Nana, whether you know the solution in probability or not, it is secondary. Forget about that. If you are talking about balls, please do count the total first. What is the total? Sure? Can you please read out this line? From how many? So what's your denominator? 7C. You are selecting how many balls, Nana? Out of a bag of how many balls? 7. So 7C2. What's 7C2? Ring. 7C2 is 21. 7C3 is 35. Kasta niddar lechi undandi class lo. 7C2 how much? 20. పొరపాటున మిమ్మల్ని క్యాలిక్యులేషన్స్ అడుగుతా, నేనే రాసుకుంటా. Read out the next line. Probability that none of them will be. అంటే అసలు మాకు బ్లూనే వద్దు మీన్స్, ఇప్పుడు మా వాళ్ళు 1 మైనస్ రాస్తారు. ఏం రాస్తున్నారు? యూఆర్ టాకింగ్ అబౌట్ నన్ ఆఫ్ ది మీన్స్, మాకు బ్లూ వద్దు అన్నారు కదా. అంటే మిగతావి ఏమైనా అయి ఉండొచ్చు కదా. మా వాళ్ళు ఇలా రాస్తారు, 1 రెడ్ 1 గ్రీన్, 2 రెడ్ 2 గ్రీన్. అట్లేం అక్కర్లా. ఎలిమినేట్ విచ్ కలర్? ఎలిమినేట్ బ్లూ కలర్. సెండ్ ఇట్ టు హోమ్. హూ ఎల్స్ లెఫ్ట్? 5 balls. You need how many? You need how many? Simply write 5C2. అంతేగాని 1 రెడ్ 1 గ్రీన్ ఆర్ 2 రెడ్ 2 గ్రీన్ మొత్తం రాసినా అదే ఆన్సర్ వస్తుంది. మాకు పెద్దది రాయడం అంటే ఇష్టం కాబట్టి మేము పెద్దదే రాస్తాం. Okay, so if you don't want blue, eliminate blue. So I'll show you one more question then. అంటే మీ టాలెంట్ నాకు తెలుసు, అందుకని ఇంకో క్వశ్చన్ పిక్ చేసుకున్నాను అలాంటిది. ఇట్స్ అబౌట్ కాయిన్స్ నాన్న. ఓకే, కనిపించలేదు, అది ఎక్కడో పోయింది. సరే చూద్దాం. లుక్ ఎట్ 35. అర్రే ఇది అస్సలు నాకు రాదు, నాకేం రాదు ఇది. మా వాళ్ళు అసలు మొత్తం క్లాస్ మొత్తం చెప్తారు ఇది. Nana, what is the first line? Are arranged around the how many members? It's not about boys or girls together. First concentration is N of S. Okay, 10 members have to be seated at A. I don't know the number of S. 10 factorial or 8 factorial or 9 factorial or 11 factorial. Sure, Nana? Let me write down my denominator as. Now open the poles of your mind for a while. Okay, read out the next line. 2 particular girls. N members are arranged in a line so that 2 particular members never sit together. with. Any formula comes to mind? Not so properly audible. N minus 1 factorial into. But that is for a line, right? But this is for a. Then tell me the formula. N minus 2 factorial into. What is n minus 2 factorial? 8 factorial into 7. I know you people solve this question by writing the opposite word. మీరు మామూలుగా చేసి opposite word చేసి ఉంటారు. So for formula sake only I took this question అన్న. ఆన్సర్ వస్తుంది, కంగారు పడద్దు, అస్సలు కంగారు పడద్దు, వస్తుంది 7/9. ఓకేనా? 7/9. మా వాళ్ళ ప్రాబ్లం ఏమంటే ఈమె కరెక్ట్ చెప్పిందా రాంగ్ చెప్పిందా, మళ్ళీ వెనక్కి తిప్పాలి, కీ వెతుక్కోవాలి. పర్లేదు, 11 ఏళ్ళ నుంచి ఇదే పుస్తకం చూస్తున్నాను, నాకు ఇబ్బంది ఏం లేదు, భయం ఏం లేదు. ఆన్సర్లు అన్నీ నాకు మీకన్నా ఫాస్ట్గా గుర్తొస్తాయి, అందుకే క్యాలిక్యులేషన్స్ అన్నీ వస్తాయి, మీరు భయపడద్దు, ఆన్సర్ వస్తుంది. ఓకేనా? రీడ్ అవుట్ ది క్వశ్చన్ అన్న. అర్థం కావట్లేదు. సో ఇప్పుడు ఒక సీక్రెట్ చెప్తాను. వైల్ రైటింగ్ NOFS for these kind of questions, one must say that repetition is allowed because you are talking about coins. You will write 2 for first coin, you will write 2 for second coin. Means for first coin 2 things, heads and tails both are allowed. For second coin also heads and tails are both are allowed. Now in the morning itself I gave you these kind of formulas. Do you remember them? NPR is used for NCR. అరే నిద్ర వస్తుందిరా, చెప్పండి. NPR, NCR, N power R, both, but repetition should be. Remember, while writing NOFS, you must remember that repetition should be allowed. There are how many hotels? Hotels akkadi unnai kada, unnai anukundaam. Now how many men came? Who are stable there? Hotels are men. Then I say clearly, hotels are men. Those who are stable, take it as N. Those who are moving, take it as R. Who are stable there? Who came there? Who is N? Who is R? Hotels are N, men are R. So while writing denominator, I said that repetition is allowed. So you should say 4 power 3. Now tell me, what is the probability that they are into? వినిపించట్లేదు. Means repetition is allowed or not allowed? Means I have to use any one of these two things, right? Now let me assume that A is in first hotel, B is in second hotel. Can you please reverse the order, guys? Both of them are same or different? Not so audible. Different means, is it a permutation or combination? Permutation or combination? So I need to use NPR or NCR. What is NPR? 4P3. So what are you taking as N and what are you taking as R is also important. In denominator, absolutely repetition is allowed, but those who are stable has to be taken as N. Those who are moving has to be taken as R. Now listen to me. I'm arranging rings to fingers. Is it clearly audible? I'm arranging rings to fingers. Tell me, who is N, who is R? Fingers are? Rings are? Because rings are moving. Okay. I'm posting letters into post boxes. Post boxes are? I'm giving prizes to students. I'm giving prizes to. So students are there. I'm going there and I'm distributing prizes. Tell me. Myself carrying prizes and I'm giving them to the students. That's what I'm saying. I'm giving prizes to students. Who are N, who are R? Prizes are? Those who are stable will be considered as. Those who are moving has considered as. I'm arranging balls into bags. Bags are balls are, now listen to me, 8 balls are arranged in 3 bags. 8 balls are arranged in 3 bags. Bags is, balls are, n power r means 3 power 8 or 8 power 3. General గా మాకేం తెలుసు అంటే n is a bigger number, r is a smaller number. But here n is 3, r is 8. It depends upon the context. It doesn't depends upon n value, bigger number, smaller number. For repetitions, n is always bigger, r is always, for non-repetitions, n is always bigger, r is always smaller.